Viewer discretion is advised.
Run for your lives, the basilisk comes, sweeping in from the sky. Mihai hummed the folk song. So it was true, he thought. The stories were no myths at all. He was now being hunted by the basilisk, a terrible monster as tall as the mountain trees that tickled the lower region of heaven and as dark as the night sky. Hide, my dear child, for the basilisk comes. Everything it touches, death follows. Mihai saw how the terrible creature sank its fangs into his fellow man's neck as he screamed in agony. When it was done, his lifeless body dropped and slowly withered away. Though it felt hopeless, Mihai was feeling thirsty nonetheless. Might as well help himself to the pond water in front of him. It was said to be the purest of waters, straight from deep inside the mountains. He took one sip and immediately felt sick. That was when he remembered the next lines. Beware of its gift, straight from its heart and soul. Receive it, and it'll take its toll. He now found himself writhing on the ground in agonizing pain. Of course, the basilisk poisoned the water as well. He laughed. Death was beckoning him on the horizon as the basilisk descended in front of him. The basilisk lowered its head, and its cobra-like amber eyes met Mihai's. As if it wasn't enough to be sick from the water, Mihai then suddenly recalled the warning in the final lines of the song. Close your eyes, say your prayers. You will succumb if you meet its glare. But it was too late, for he has already met the basilisk's gaze. Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber. Today we bring you SCP Foundation KETER class object SCP-6360. SCP-6360, also known as the Basilisk, is a large chimeric organism possessing both reptilian and bird-like traits. Measuring at an average of 7.6 meters long and 2.5 meters tall, 6360 has winged forelimbs with a wingspan of 9.1 meters, and a set of reptilian hind limbs along with a long, muscular tail covered in feathers. The head of 6360 strongly resembles bearded vultures, but possesses rows of sharp, curved teeth and 2 venomous fangs. Its venom is extremely potent. Any organism that comes in contact with the venom, either via directly getting bitten by 6360 or indirectly through touch or contamination, will result in death within 2 minutes. Corpses of victims will appear withered with massive internal injuries. Its eyes are similar to those of the king cobra. When 6360 makes eye contact with an individual, the individual will immediately die. 6360's vocalizations are a mix of those produced by old-world vultures and snakes. Despite its impressive size, 6360 displays significant agility beyond what should be capable for a creature of its mass, being able to move nimbly on land, scale up vertical structures, and demonstrate flight. The creature is primarily quadrupedal, folding its wings to form clawed forelimbs similar to the common vampire bat. It is capable of quickly moving across flat ground and closing the distance between it and its prey. Examinations of feather samples show that they are covered with scales. These scales are anomalously durable, impervious to damage from melee weapons and guns up to 30mm caliber. 6360's scales also possess radar-absorbent properties, making it harder to be detected by radars. These findings imply that 6360 might have evolved or adapted to counter air-to-air combat. A flight recording of a 6360's attack on a F-117 stealth attack aircraft, call-signed Vega 6, was recovered in 1999. It was deployed for a clandestine mission over Yugoslavia. After Vega 6 successfully unloaded its bomb on its target, it began to return to base. En route, the pilot noticed a small blip on the radar. Command, there's a bogey closing in on my position. Over. Vega 6, we detected no nearby aircraft at this time. Over. The blip temporarily disappeared from the radar, but he could see it now. The object that has eluded the radar was none other than the Basilisk. It was big and dark, and was rapidly moving towards Vega 6. Holy cow! It's a dragon! The Basilisk performed a banking turn and disappeared from view. Failing to appear on the radar once again, the pilot looked around frantically, but to no avail. All he could see was darkness surrounding him. Suddenly, he felt a hard impact from the rear of the aircraft. Oh God, Mayday, Mayday! This is Vega 6 currently under attack by an unidentified hostile. Requesting backup. Another hard hit came, causing the controls to fail and sending the aircraft into a downward spiral. Mayday, Mayday! It hit me! I lost control of the plane. I don't think I can reconnect. Oh God. Ah! The recording ended there abruptly. 15 hours later, reports came in that a Serbian militia patrol discovered the wreckage of Vega 6. A spin doctor was hired to control the narrative, and thus the incident was covered up by reporting that the aircraft was downed by Serbian surface-to-air missiles. Analysis of the wreckage indicated damage to the back section and what appeared to be claw marks. However, the most damage was done to the cockpit, which had a gaping hole, suggesting that a large object had rammed into the cockpit at high speed. The pilot was nowhere to be found and presumed killed in action. And that was the first encounter with the Basilisk. Slowing down the footage revealed that 6360 has a set of fully transparent third eyelids, which opens up during visual-based attacks. Once open, its pupils turn to a luminescent golden yellow with a slight reddish ring surrounding it, while it produces a growling hiss similar to a king cobra. Once the target has been killed, the third eyelid closes, and its eyes return to normal. Since its normal gaze was found to be non-lethal, and the killing gaze is neutralized as recorded footage, specially designed goggles which provided a video feed with a 0.1 second delay were developed. Despite multiple horrific deaths, the locals in the mountains have been observed leaving food for the creature as offerings, consisting mostly of livestock and oily foods. Interviews were conducted to further learn about this relationship. Despite being unforthcoming of their practices, the locals have warned Foundation personnel against proceeding too deep into the mountains due to the Basilisk's highly territorial nature. Having learned nothing from the interviews, an exploration mission was greenlit by the O5 Council. It was to investigate a suspicious 6360 den located in the Romanian Carpathians. The exploration was led by a researcher of the local chapter of the Foundation, Dr. Florin Nicolescu, along with 3 agents, Rednick, Siobanu, Willard, and 2 D-class subjects. Dr. Nicolescu monitored the team in a security room nearby while the rest performed the dirty task. All right, goggles are operational. They moved in deeper into the cave and soon found what they were looking for, a huge pile of grimy mess made up of feathers, scales, and feces. All right, you know what to do. Collect the samples and return to base. Be wary of venom residue, but do collect samples of it if discovered. The D-class began their work reluctantly. I think we should be worried about more than just venom. What if the thing shows up? Fret not, we have visuals on 6360 24/7. The locals are keeping it occupied with food somewhere far away. We'll have enough time. Wait a minute. Why? What's wrong? Get back to base as quickly as you can, right now. 6360 destroyed a camera. We've lost visual on the target. The men hastily bagged the samples and began to retreat. Suddenly, one of the D-class noticed movement in the trees. Whoa! Did anyone else see that? Then a scream came from behind. Agent Rednick looked back and saw Agent Siobanu writhing on the ground. Venom had been sprayed onto him by 6360 from within the foliage. I saw it. Damn thing's hiding in the bushes. We have no choice. Fire at will. D-class, get the hell out of here with the samples. The agents opened fire while the D-class ran. 6360 let out a threatening hiss and rushed forward. It killed Agent Willard with one slash of its forelimb and broke Agent Rednick's leg with a swing of its tail. Son of a... You want to do this, huh? Agent Rednick pulled the pins of some grenades and beckoned the Basilisk. Let's go, you feathery, snake-eyed bastard! But the creature only looked at him and hissed before quickly crawling away. The grenades went off, sending a shockwave through the narrow cave system, causing the escaping D-class to tumble and fall. Are you okay? Is anyone there? Respond! One of the D-class was buried alive under the rubble. Another found his goggles broken, now at the mercy of 6360. Oh my God. Whatever you do, don't look at its eyes. Hello? Hello? It was too late. The D-class met the Basilisk's gaze, and that was the last thing he saw. He laid there, dead, with an empty expression and soulless eyes. Trapped within the security office, Dr. Nicolescu clutched his head in despair. He knew that the Basilisk would come after him next. He exited the room and settled down at a clearing. He looked up at the night sky, waiting for the end to come. Then he realized this was the place where his old friend Mihai died. There were traces of venom in his blood, but his cause of death was something else. He now knew what it was that killed his friend. As the Basilisk descended from the night sky, Dr. Nicolescu began humming the folk song. Run for your lives, the Basilisk come. Remember to check out my new animation channel, TheRubber Talks, where I share my life story, thoughts, and opinions. Just click on the link in the description to enter the Rubber's world. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Which SCP do you want to see in the next video and why it is interesting? Let us know in the comment below. We will draw your story and share it with the world. Don't forget to click like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. Please share it to your friends if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.